episode 2, we're really getting to the stakes of the work-life balance, and I love the way in which both Bianca's story and the Jackal's story, you begin to see them really paralleling each other.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
hey.
Just about on time.
I was mostly interested in Bianca grappling with how to run a family, how to run a household, how to be a wife and a mother, how to do that job well, even though her favorite job is her occupation.
Alison, just give me a moment.
Morning.
I think it's kind of refreshing for the show. And the first time that we see Nuria, the audience realize that the Jackal has a family, that he's not just a contract killer, but, you know, a father and a husband. And I think that's very unique, you know, in this kind of genre.
Carlito, cumpleaños feliz.
I think the Jackal's family in the introduction of that sort of humanizes it. And I think that what this side of him does is you see the guy who is a genuinely loving father and loving husband.
Something I learned when you are shooting with kids is that the shooting has to adapt to the kids and not the opposite. But it's so rewarding when you find a way to work with them and you see that they are enjoying, because for them it's not acting, it's just having fun, you know?
Guys, nothing, no posting. Yep.
Mama.
Okay. They know. I promise, they know.
I know you know.
One of the things that attracted me to this character was the enigma of him, trying to unpack him, trying to unpeel him. He does horrendous things, and yet he also has other sides of his character that are warm, kind, loving. He's a family man in many ways, and trying to marry those two things is kind of at the core of what the series is, I suppose.
When I first got the script, I was delighted that the family was already included. Her environment was already included. She's married, she has a child. She lives in Ladbroke Grove, which is not far from where I grew up. And I recognized the person. I recognized the foundation of who Bianca is and could be.
Seriously?
I'm sorry. Sorry.
We are in the process at the moment of filming the assault on the Belarus house. Bianca has traced Norman. She's found out that he's the weapon maker, so she thinks she can get to the Jackal through him. We started from the approach to the house, so it was movement, tactical movement through the woods, through the trees.
Moving.
40 metres out at the rear, moving.
Moving.
As much as I'm there for the realism side of it, from the military usage, tactics, etc., what actually happens on the ground doesn't always look great in the lens or on the camera. And it's having that artistic eye and knowing that the actual tactics aren't going to work, so I've got to change them to suit the camera angle and the lens.
So we have a shootout here, a couple of deaths. Scripts, lots of firework explosion. It's a really interesting and exciting scene. Lashana has a very good martial artist background. She did a couple of really great action movies before, so she really knows how to move with a weapon, how to handle a weapon, and I think it's really important. You can read the difference if you have an actor who learned to choreo. That's so different from an actor who handles weapons like her second nature.
Fuck!
You can keep looking straight ahead.
One of the things I love about our first block director, Brian, is he's so steeped in film history and the way he shot that scene on the bench. I love the obliqueness of it.
When the Jackal meets Xena in episode 2, That transaction is all about power dynamics. He's in disguise. It's quite a subtle disguise, the idea being that she catches a glimpse of him. He's like a magician who attracts your attention to certain things if you're able to notice them. He always tries to wrong-foot you. But also what happens within the scene is that she knows something he doesn't expect her to know.
Why are you still in Munich? It's been nearly a week since you killed Manfred Fest. Have you loose ends to tie up?
When she plays that card at the end, rather than being frightened by that, he's actually engaged by it.
We have a deal. Keep looking straight ahead.
In future communications, we'll use the codename Rodan for the target.
Hold on. Very good.
What was important to me is, as he names himself, that it's done on the turn that it's dropped in.
And we'll need a codename for you, too.
Why not the Jackal?